Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Race 2 between ProfessorSchool and Tilimorf in the Super Metroid multi-category tournament. I am the Richard Cruz, and I'm joined here by Vincent RTA. How are you doing this evening?
I'm stoked after that wild first race where we had Prof with a commanding lead after a rough first run in the game for Tilimorf, but then Prof had two pretty major hiccups on that very long mother brain fight. But we ended up with, after a commanding 7 plus 8 minute lead, turns into only a 1 minute victory for Prof going out of game one. But now here we are in game two with max percent GT code. So the goal of this is that both players will end up with 135% item collection. How does that happen, you ask? Well, I got an answer for you. We're going to GT code first. Then after that, we're going to collect a bunch more items. We need 45 missiles, 9 supers, 9 power bombs, 14 E-tanks, 4 reserves, and 1 screw attack, all adding up to 135%. So, welcome to Crazy. This will be fun. How are you? Are you look like? I know you're looking forward to this, but what do you think we're gonna see from these two runners in this one?
Well, I think one real big thing that we need to think about is how did they get 135% items with only 100 items in the game? How does the GT code work? What does that even mean for those that don't know?
So the GT code itself. You want to talk about that since I covered what we're collecting after we do it?
I think I understand it. Basically, at one point, someone figured out that when you leave Ceres Station, where our runners are right now, it kind of just gives you health, right? Is that essentially what it is? And then someone figured out that the transition between the screw attack room and GT also features some of those same properties. So if you're holding all 4 face buttons, when you enter that transition, you're given, what is it? Like 50 missiles, a bunch of supers, some E-tanks, and most of the major items in the game.
Yes. So yeah, and actually GT code is a whole other category of itself, but this is in addition to that. So not only we're
Right.
GT coding.
Yes. Because after that, then you pick up the rest of the items in the game.
Yeah, so we have to GT code first, and then we have 54, 63, 77, 81, 80, 82 items to pick up after that. So that's still a lot of items to pick up. That's almost like running Hundo all over again after doing this initial GT code. So
right. And at the same time, you still also need to get to the spot where you can perform the GT code with minimal item pickups before that. Because you want to pick up as many things afterward.
yeah, it makes it kind of crazy, and it's what I love about some of these runs. Though, yes, we're running the vanilla ROM, or cartridge, but that doesn't mean we can't absolutely ask for crazy things to happen, which is exactly what this is. This is a crazy thing happening. Yeah,
this might be one of the crazier modes in this whole tournament.
Yes, well, and as Kai is pointing out in chat, you have to get to that door with 1 of each ammo and no E-tanks. So that's a hard ask. But it's kind of the fun of a category like this. It's going to be crazy.
Really got to manage your ammo. to get through some of those lower Norfair areas, for sure. Well, I guess you're really just going to the entrance of lower Norfair for the most part, but still, you don't have a lot going into it.
No, and you know, you have to make sure you hold everything down right and you don't make any mistakes. Yeah, it's a fun one. But that's just part of why this multi-category tournament is so much more fun. Like, to me, more fun than like if we were just doing a basic like hundo, like, great, that's awesome. But this is a whole other ball of wax.
Exactly. There's a lot of tricks that you need to know to do a lot of these categories.
Okay, so for the tourney rules, this requires Kraid, Speed, Fantoon, rather than doing a zero tank lava dive or a bowling. Oh, well, a incredibly difficult bowling ceiling infinite bomb jump.
Yeah.
Which I've seen the craziest one I saw was I've never seen that one, but I have seen in action the Croc infinite bomb jump. Because the Croc item was the required progression, and that was really the only way to get it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's where you're basically advancing a frame at a time doing, yeah, and you see that. We got to skip that Terminator E-Tank. We can't pick it up.
Can't pick that up.
That's why a category like this is nuts, because you're playing counterintuitive to how you normally play the game. You cannot play the game the way you normally play the game.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to, in order to collect 135% of the items, you need to collect very specific things in a certain order to a point.
Well, and it's crazy because, you know, you have this initial route you have to run to do it, but then there's a lot of backtracking you have to do because, well, you gotta, you know, like when we come back here, we're gonna have to run through Terminator again. We're gonna have to go to Gauntlet to go get that E-Tank. So there's a lot of forced plays. We have to have speed and get to Waterway to be able to get that E-Tank.
It's almost a scripted route in a way.
Well, and I think once you have the GT code in, I think you have a little bit of freedom in the direction you take, but it's a matter of getting that. Once you got that initial code, then it's okay, where am I going from? Like, how do I want to route and decide from here? But, you know, I know I've got to do everything, where it almost becomes not exactly like a hundo route, but pretty darn close.
Yeah, you're not far off. It does become basically a hundo. It's just that for some reason, halfway through the hundo, we have a plethora of items suddenly.
All right. Prof gets through Green Bryn, and we have our first trip to Red Tower, where I think we're gonna
go find Kraid.
Yep, we got our first boss to take down. Got to get that Varia, then go get that go take down Fantoon. But yeah, I mean, some of these fights, like Kraid is a joke. Like, we know Kraid will be fine.
Yeah, Kraid will be fine.
But Fantoon on only 5 missiles and no tanks. That's not a
fun fight.
That is very far from free fight.
That is that might be one of the hardest fights I could think of in this game. It's 5 missiles, no E-tanks, Fantoon.
Yeah, so that's a lot of, like, you must farm. There's certainly no one-rounders on that one. Like,
no. No way you're doing a 1 round on that. Well, okay, you have 4 missiles, and you just shoot a lot of those fires, and you just somehow pick all of them up while you're Dopplering.
Right. Like somehow they're all like perfectly lined up.
Yeah, they're perfectly lined up, so you pick them up as you're shooting them.
That would be amazing.
That would be the wildest fight I think anyone could watch.
That almost sounds like feels like it would require a task, but
yeah, yeah, almost definitely. Just to RNG all of those missiles in a line, basically.
yes. All right, and Prof has Kraid down, and yeah, we're this close. We're Kraid fight away, so very close. Gonna have a little bit of high five as Kraid's busy showing up for Tilimorf while Prof is saying bye bye to this room.
Just passing by while Tilimorf's on his date with Croc. But he didn't take him dancing, so...
Nope. So in every run we've seen tonight, Kraid has been denied a dance. So no one is saying shut up and dance with me to Kraid.
Yeah. Everyone's not being nice to Kraid and just murdering Croc.
There's an old musical chart called It's Raining on Prom Night, and that just feels like Kraid's life. Some items we do get high jump boots before we do all this coding, before we break the game the way we're going to a GT code.
Yes.
I think high jump boots for me is my favorite movement item in the game because I don't like without it. There's so much of the movement that I just cannot execute well at all. Where high jump makes it a lot easier. And then we have another high five as both players. Yeah. Coming out of high jump boots, one's going in, one's going out, and then now we're going to go through.
I think my favorite is Speed Booster. I know it's, it's always talked about as like a bad item if you don't have high jump boots. I don't know. I feel like I've just gotten really used to moving with Speed Booster without high jump because of randos. So I really like Speed Booster as a movement item.
I mean, it's a great one because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of tricks it opens up and things you can do that you can't do without it. But yes, I mean, well, and I think it just has to do to a certain level of your comfort level playing the game. Like,
oh, for sure.
Like this room, because we get high jump boots, that getting
you're able to do that. Yeah.
Right. Instead of having to IBJ like we did last time. So. And Prof gets to go get some speed.
I just remember a few years ago when I first started playing randos and watching them, and I would see people, I would see other races, and they would say, well, you can't get to Kraid if you have Speed Booster turned on, and no high jump. And I'd be like, well, you can make this jump. It's just really weird. Just a weird jump. And then more people started doing it. And I was like, yeah, it's just a bad jump.
Well, and like, it's amazing the things that have been learned and figured out over time in this game. Everything. If there's anything I've learned about this, is as consistent as some things are, there's changes happening in the runs a lot.
People are always going to find out new ways to bust open this game.
Oh yeah, I mean and
I love it.
We're like looking at different rooms and just perfecting like the tenths of a second you're shaving off your room times. Like That's happening all the time in the the runners that are looking for that next 80% world best time.
Good climb. Been getting hit by the bile flow.
Yeah, Prof's red tower has been solid.
Yeah, that was very good.
Prof has that same deboost that we were was talking about earlier, the one that gets you over in one hit. You get all the way over to the power bomb, and you get one all the way back. So very quick route through the room.
Yeah, he did that last round too. It's like I was checking the time when they entered the main climb of Red Tower. It's looking like a 50-second lead for Prof.
Yep, that checks, and it's going up now because Tilimorf is having a rough time with this.
Yeah.
Getting up to the top level of Red Tower.
Okay.
This is just to get across and to
skip
get across
those missiles.
Yep, the missile skip. We do not get an ocean fly though. Not at this health.
Nope, not that health.
Nice back up there for Prof. Didn't get the perfect jump over that first one, but got the backup wall jump to get through that first platform.
Yeah. That first platform is deceptive.
Yeah, I've definitely taken a trip to the ocean many times in that one, so. Powerbomb farm there.
Using a power bomb for 20 HP.
Nice. You got the mock ball there.
Yeah.
Nice
Alright.
bait.
This part.
Here we
fight,
go.
This is gonna be scary.
A thing. Yes, because those blue flames deal some serious damage.
Yeah.
All right, he's got his missile refill. Ooh. That was not a shot he wanted to take at all. That was scary. He's definitely gonna, yeah. If you notice, he focused for that health pickup.
Oh yeah, he did not. This is a fight about survival, not about killing Phantom quickly.
Well, it's also
you really can't kill him super quickly in this.
It's about survivability, also resource management. Well, resource management in general, because it's not just about your health. It's also about
you need to make sure you have missiles at all times too.
Yep, so and you need to keep an accurate count so that when you fire that super, you know you're hitting because you don't have charge to back up.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
So.
No, they have charge. Oh. They both picked up charge.
Oh, that's right. So, Tilimorf enters right as Prof is finishing. So, another high five. Yep. So Prof gets out at 1834. So patterns will, like, if Tilimorf can get a couple of fast patterns, that will be a big help. It's a fast to start.
That was a good fast. Good ammo pickups.
All right, and got 4 shots in there. Nice.
Yeah.
Having those extra supers is actually kind of a problem right now. Okay, got back up to the 5. I definitely want to, like, not having my full max of supers. I'd be worried about a bunch of extra super drops, just preventing me from getting those missile and health drops that I want. Ooh, getting down to 35 health. This is a little scary. Meanwhile, Prof gets to a clean attic, ready to go get that. Ooh,
getting hit again. Oh,
I hate to see it. I think this is back to Red Tower. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's not that's bad, but it's not disastrous.
No, I mean we saw
worse last race.
Yeah, like things can change, but that's rough. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, this is about surviving. Oh no. Speaking of.
All right, there we go. That's gonna even it up.
But I don't know when Prof saved. I think it was a long time ago.
I think it was a lot longer ago. Oh.
Yep. Yeah. So.
All right. So that's that did not even it up.
No.
That just put Tilimorf 20 minutes in the lead.
Yep. Not even close. Wow. That's really rough.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very unfortunate for Prof.
I will say that's not game over though.
No, not in this category.
Not in this category. Tilimorf can have 4 Fantoon fights go badly in a row.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not wishing that on anyone.
No.
But it could happen. As chat points out, it's not over till the animals die. Yes.
It's true.
You know, I think about some of the things, like sometimes people kill Shack Tool early. You know, I think in some ways that's preventing the misery of like dying to the planet blowing up. So is it really that bad?
I mean, the planet blowing up kills them in like an instant. That seems better for, you know.
No, because you have all that time when the planet's like
exploding. You know, I guess you're right. Yeah, the planet's exploding.
You have all that time of suffering.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, it feels like my high school prom night, just a time of suffering.
Well, maybe you know what? We got another opportunity. Maybe we're gonna see Kraid go to prom.
I made the mistake of going with the student head of the newspaper, who was more focused on that than anything else. Mistakes were made.
Oh yeah, newspaper people. That checks out.
Getting the story was more important than, you know, anything else. This seems to be going a little bit better.
Yeah, this fight seems to be going way better for Tilimorf than the last one.
Did have a little bit of a scary moment there, dropping down to 30 health, but reloaded back.
Healed back up real quickly.
Well, yeah, I mean, just a couple of drops, especially when you're, you know, close to that emergency loadout. But I mean, like, we're not 100% safe here because we don't even have a full tank. We have. Yeah, this is not the Blues Brothers where we have half a tank of gas. Like, we're in danger mode. All right.
That's good.
That is a good thing for Tilimorf. Bad thing for ProfSchool.
Yeah. That might be one of the hardest parts of this run.
Yep. I think I think you got to take a save there. I think not taking a save there is just kind of like because okay, not taking the save before going into bowling, I think is a very questionable thing, like because that's one trip up and it's over. Like there's little to no freedom in that. There's little to no freedom in that. You can't make
Tilimorf also skipping the save.
Yep. Well, here we go with only 7. I mean, you can farm up in that room before, but
yeah,
a trip in there is another reset and more time made up. So
oh jeez.
I like the moonwalk into the.
Yeah, that was cute.
It's a little swaggy move.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna end real bad.
With the Varia, how much damage as the bowling spikes? And if you went away for a bag of popcorn, what you missed is that Prof took a death in bowling, which Tilimorf gets through.
Yeah, they do 30 damage with Varia.
Wow, someone threw in a pun there that I gotta appreciate. Saying, if you're worried about getting through bowling, you should take your boots off. And someone said, you are supposed to change your shoes at the bowling alley. I approve of this bad joke as a band director or recent band director.
I mean, I feel like this entire community appreciates bad jokes. From what I've learned of watching these speedruns and races over the past few years, is that this community appreciates bad jokes.
I mean,
and puns.
There's literally a category called Kojak RTA where you fire 65,000 supers. So, that's kind of a bad joke all of itself.
Yep. Alright, well, Tilimorf has his gravity now. And they're gonna head back down to Norfair.
Yep, up until that happened, that situation was pretty heavy, but now things are gonna lighter for Tilimorf, and as he heads down, got all that damage mitigation, and just needs to get, basically once you get that GTA code in, it's free the rest of the way.
Pretty much, but they just gotta do the lava dive now. Basically, that's the last thing. Probably get some health just to have on them. But for the most part, it's just doing that lava dive. ProfessorSchool back on Kraid.
Yep, let's see if we avoid no more prom. No prom night at all.
No prom tonight.
Nice. Prof got this.
Yeah, that was cute.
Got the mock exit. Yep.
Love that.
Yeah, that's one I know Zenny worked on a lot, because it's such an elegant way to get out of there, because you maintain all that sprint damage or that sprint movement, so you get a much faster mock ball out of there.
Yeah. You know, even with that death, Prof is making some good time back on this.
Prof's movement is very good. Like
His
that's the
movement
thing.
is catching him up real hard. Obviously still well behind, but...
Well, yeah, especially, well, now that, once Tilimorf gets this, once Tilimorf is able to go get that GT code in place, that... Yeah, and this is the one, like, one of the freest, other than having space jump, that's the freest way to get through that room.
Yeah. Alright, and they're saving, just in case they mess up.
I
assume that's what they're doing, just in case they mess up the GT code, or they shoot a beam when they have everything equipped.
So someone in chat asked, what's the difference between GT Classic and Max GT code? Well, so after the runners are done executing the GT code, they have an item list they have to go pick up, and that includes 45 packs of missiles, 9 supers, 9 powerbomb packs, 4 E-tanks, 14 E-tanks, 4 reserve tanks, and crew attack. So all those are still required pickups after this. So it's kind of a you GT code, and then you have a bunch of mop-ups you have to do afterwards.
Again, basically 100%ing the game after you've done this.
Yes.
Alright, and he gets the code.
Yeah, Prof still has Antoon. So all of Rex shipped, and getting back down here to go. So it's definitely a wide lead for Tilimorf right now.
Oh, for sure.
All right, and here begins the collection percentage. So what happens is you get, once you GT code, it gives you technically 53% of all items. So then you pick up everything else, and it adds up and gives you 135%. So that is another factor, is that once we're done, we have to, like,
make
it's
sure
not
they
over.
Actually picked up everything.
Yep, it's not over until we get to that screen, and one of the players' screens says 135% item pickup.
Yeah.
Which I can tell you,
every item they don't have adds 2 minutes to their time, based on the rules of this tournament, right?
Yes, which is a big, that's a huge gap.
Yeah, that can add up quickly if you miss. I just feel like skipping Meridia.
I've seen Hundo, like a Hundo matchup go 100 to 99. Yeah, and Kaizanim is pointing out in chat they've seen 134s and 133s in practice. So
I'm sure it's easy to miss things.
Well, I mean, you like every reserve, okay.
Okay,
Nice.
good. They got it. Using those spring ball strats.
Yep. That's, I mean, yeah. The cool thing about the GT code is once you do this, you have everything. Right?
Yeah, you're ready to go.
You suddenly, like, the only thing you're missing is the rainbow beam, like, and also the HUD items. We don't have grapple, and we don't.
I thought you do have them. They just don't show up.
Oh, you know what? That's probably the case, just because of the way this code works.
Yeah, I thought that they do have grapple and X-ray. They just don't show up in the HUD. But if we were to watch Tilimorf cycle all the way through, it would work.
Yeah, I guess that's something to look at. Oh, here we are, the copyright compliant Rodent room. Now we can call it the Steamboat Mickey room.
Yep.
Or Steamboat Willie room. Steamboat Willie Room. Yep. So we have an invisible grapple and X-ray, which is fitting because this is a bug, essentially a bug in the game.
Yeah.
Not that this game has anything you can possibly, bug or take advantage of.
No, there's no bugs in this. There's no way to take advantage of the weird programming of this game.
Right. This game only works 100% the way it was intended. There's no variance at all.
Yeah, we don't need to pay attention to that race that we watched less than an hour ago, where they only had 14 items.
Right. Yep. Definitely watch the low ice.
Yeah, that is totally intended.
This code is totally intended,
Yeah. That's why it took 20 some years to find it. I don't know that for sure. It could have been found forever ago.
30-year-old game, and still refreshing and amazing to watch. And what I love too is that there's a lot of new blood in the game, where for a long time it was you had Bihi and Hodorubi. Well, and even before Zenny.
Yeah.
Zenny really started. He was running and he had that RBO, but his Hundo didn't come until after his Hundo world record didn't come until well after that time. It wasn't until a few years ago, so when I first started watching him 4 years ago, it was his running and pushing to that next level was still new-ish. And I suppose I could go look and see how long I've been subscribed to him, but
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's been exciting, as a avid watcher of this game and runs of it, just seeing new names show up, more people joining in on the Discord channels for it.
Well, I know one of the newer names that came in recently was one of the he was a Super Metroid runner, or sorry, it was a Super Mario Brothers runner that came over to our game and popped a top time pretty quick. So,
well, it's a great game, and more people should play it. I will also want to point out real quick that Professor is already back on Fantoon. Right, he's definitely cut down on his time a little bit from the last time he got here. Not a lot, but he made slight improvements in his movement between the two.
Yeah, I wanted to go look. The Super Mario Runner Drewski just recently ran the 4038 coming over to this game in any percent, which is only 4043, so only 7 seconds off of Oat's world record when he was a long time. I mean, granted, when Super Mario Brothers, you're looking at a lot of frame perfect jumps.
Oh, Super Mario is insane. I'm not gonna get into that.
The fact that run is basically down to almost task level strats,
yeah, those people that play that, I don't know how they do that.
It's impressive.
It's yeah, that's impressive. This is impressive. All of the runners that you watch on these channels are impressive at what they do.
Well, it's interesting because when I thought about it and what that brought over for him coming to this game, I realized that it's because he has to input all these frame perfect tricks, he already knows how to look for the small visual cues and timing, so that when he's doing this, he's able to watch Samus and figure out exactly what he's looking for and just able to execute masterfully, which he's doing, and is only, like that record was in September.
All right, Professor gets through bowling this time.
Yay! Wow. So, a minute faster than last
Yeah,
time.
I was gonna say about a minute faster, maybe a minute and some change.
That in of itself is actually quite
Yeah,
impressive.
that's
that he
really
shaved off
impressive.
that much time.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's literally a 5% increase in his speed.
And Prof, for the first time in this run, gets a stack of pancakes.
Delicious.
Unfortunately, they're not bacon pancakes, which
Making bacon pancakes. That's what life's all about.
although I will say one of my favorite things I've on the planet that I've ever eaten was waffles that were bacon waffles, but it was also chicken and waffles. So like bacon waffles with chicken, and I was like, is this real? And then I put the maple syrup on and I had it, and I'm like, this is one of the best things I've ever had in my life.
Okay, so how does that work? Are waffles baked into, or is bacon baked into the waffles?
Yes. So they add the bacon. They add the bacon to the batter and cook it up, and
then there's
put
chicken on the side.
fried chicken on top with some what happened to Prof there coming out of here? Oh, never mind. He's only going for he didn't want the door transition because he's only going for the missiles.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just the bacon baked into the waffles, and then you throw the chicken on top, and then you maple syrup like you're eating any other waffle.
That sounds great.
It was just a plate of amazing.
That sounds good. All right.
Well, it came from a friend.
I'm looking at the route real quick. Sorry. Just getting these cathedral and then up to Crumble Tower.
I mean, my guess is that it's a full Norfair clear into probably a full Meridia clear.
Well, they still need to get Kraid. The E-tank.
You gotta go, yeah, missile. Gotta go to Kraid for there's a missile pack there. There's other things there, but.
And then yeah, you're right, Meridia.
Yeah, there's the E-tank and Kraid's layer, yeah.
The E-tank and the missile there. And then a bunch of Meridia, and then wreck ship and basically finishing up Brinstar and Criteria.
There's still all of Brinstar and Criteria. Yeah, so there's a lot to this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically it's a hundo route that's a little less elegant hundo route.
Yeah.
Oh, Prof gets that, sets up that D boost.
Ooh, yeah.
So GT code adds a bunch of E-tanks, a bunch of brings you up to 100 missiles. What is it? 20 and 20 supers and
power bombs. Yeah.
Power bombs, and then you get everything, but you don't get screw attack. But the HUD items are equipped, so you do have you have X-ray and grapple. You just can't see them.
We got Prof about to execute his GT code. Assuming they can get the green gate. Perfect. Second try. We'll call that perfect.
Yep, there's the
got it.
Max health. What just happened?
Did they shoot? Did they crash the game?
He shot.
Yeah. He shot. Bummer. When was the last save? Still that first one?
Yep. Yeah. Well,
boy.
With him being that far behind, yeah. So what happened? Yeah, and someone in chat says it. Don't cross the streams. So when you do the GT code, you end up with both Spazer and Plasma equipped. So unless you go to your inventory and unequip one of them, then you basically you're breaking the Ghostbusters room across in the streams, and you're firing a world-ending shot.
Yep.
But at this point, this is just there's literally
4.5 minutes behind.
Unless something happens to Tilimorf's stream, we will have a game 3.
Yeah.
And Prof was that really sucks for Prof because he was really doing.
He was gunning it.
He was absolutely lighting up with his movement. I mean,
like,
yeah, that's.
I know he was still like 18 minutes behind, but with the way he was moving, I really felt like he could have caught up. He was gunning through this game.
Yeah, even if for some reason Tilimorf only collects 134%, with the way the rules are for the tournament, it's not a game ender. It's just it's a time penalty. So
yeah,
it would basically have to stop collecting items and try to go finish the game.
Right now, he'd have to stop now.
End up with like, a 40-minute time penalty or something. Like,
but even still, that's gonna be tough for Prof still. 40 minutes is a lot to make up.
It's about a 44-minute, or it's like about a 42-minute lead.
Yeah. That's a decent lead. But, Prof's still going. Technically Tilimorf still has to beat the run before he's winner. There could be, something terrifying happens. Secret boss shows up.
Okay, so I did reconfirm. If one player were to run 134% and the other player to 135%, the valid run wins. The only way.
Yeah, you're right.
The time penalty is only there for. Oh, hey, we got a raid coming from Zosty. Zosty, thanks for the raid. Everyone, welcome to this race between ProfessorSchool and Tilimorf. We are in max percent GT code. So do your GT code and then basically run the 100 route on all the miners and the E-tanks. Unfortunately, we've had a double death from Prof School. As you can see, he's way behind on what's happening here. So,
there was one death and one game crash.
Well, the one death and then the one we didn't take Ray's warning, and we fired we crossed streams, so we fired a Spazer and Plasma shot at the same time, which gave us a black screen of death in this game, and unfortunately Prof had to reset a second time. Very unfortunate because he was doing a really he had a hot run where he shaved an entire minute off of his time getting to getting where his previous reset was. Took a bowling death and then a GT reset death. Meanwhile, Tilimorf is doing the cleanup, getting all the items. Also, Zost, hope your stream was going well, and glad to have you here. It's good to hear someone like Zost saying in chat, SM is hard. Yes.
It is. It's a hard game.
It is definitely like, and I would love to have, I say that and I can't say that because I'd be hypocritical. I haven't put the effort and the work in to be at that kind of level. So, I just appreciate the people who have. I was going to say, I wish I was at that level, but if I really wanted to be at that level, I would put the work in. Oh, Drewski, we brought you up earlier. We were talking about the runner who came to our game and suddenly has a top 3 any percent time. So welcome to this race. ProfSchool is one of our regular commentators on a lot of our tournaments. Tilimorf has been a long part of this community, and this is just a great tournament in general. Prof and I actually share something. I up until this year, I'd been a college professor, so he and I have been able to talk many a times because we're both college professors. Is Left Spark anything like Left Shark from Katy Perry back in the day? All right. So Tilimorf is doing some good, just good old-fashioned cleanup here. We'll very likely take this one down, and if he does, if everything pans out, then we will have a third race between these two. All of the multi-category matchups are best of 3. We're in our group stage, so we're very early on. Only had a few races.
I will say, Prof is again on a tear through this game. Just movement-wise, just absolutely executing on so many of these things.
Well, for Prof, he needs to take that energy that he's firing into this and try to save it for what's likely going to be a game 3, because
for sure,
but I mean, I think it's also a good thing not to just quit and wait, because then you go cold, where right now Prof is
still playing, keeping his hands warm.
Yep, and keeping the mind engaged in the game and the routing, and because the hard part of the next one is it's going to be random. And
yeah. And what are our 3 modes that we have left?
So we
have
our
GT
band
Classic.
We did okay. So
oh wait, was that banned?
We banned any percent. We banned 100%.
Yes.
We ran low ice percent. We ran max GT code. So we have left
GT Classic,
RBO or North Korea percent.
North Korea.
I'm kind of hoping for a North Korea percent.
I'm hoping for North Korea as well, but any of those ones will be fun.
I do know Prof has put some time on RBO, so I think that would be okay for him. What I really hope we don't get is regular GT Classic, because
after this, I'm hoping we don't get regular GT Classic. I'm agreeing with you on that. I mean, it'll be fun. It'll still be cool to see what they end up doing with it, but I'm more excited to see something different. That's why I'm hoping for North Korea.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with, like, Prof's movement has picked up.
It really has. Like, it feels like every time he's doing this tonight, it's just getting better and better.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that's just what he needs to carry. North Korea percent has to do with the order of the bosses that they do. So because it's the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, so the boss order becomes Dragon, Phantoon, Ridley, Kraid. It's just a major routing difference, and you have to do Dragon early without gravity. Which I love watching Suitless Meridia. That's always a fun one.
It's one of my favorite things to watch in this game is people executing Suitless Meridia really well. It's very graceful.
Well, you know, and it feels fitting that, you know, in a category called North Korea percentage, that you have to go do very tough things without actual resources. You know, feels like the power's off. Feels like power's off every night on you. You know, something like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Someone in the chat mentioned they used to run Nintendo Power Percent. That's that is one of the speed run categories. So that is out there on the speedrun.com category. Good old Nintendo Power strats.
And that is the last boss down for Tilimorf. Right?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, Phantom was down, Kraid's down, Ridley's down. Yeah. Tilimorf is just item collection.
Yeah.
Which I think that's kind of a dangerous part about this this category is, you know, you've already got your bosses down and you're thinking, you know,
time to go beat the game.
Right. Nintendo Power did in fact tell you to super Phantoon, which is a terrible strategy. We all know that.
He gets mad.
All right, Tilimorf, nice short charge to get these. Yep. Yeah, I don't love the pseudo screw strats for protecting yourself. I mean, it works. That's definitely not a comfortable strategy to take.
All right, let's go say hey to our boy for the first time tonight. Oh, never mind.
So, someone said, "Is Prof doing a low percent run versus a 100% run?" So no, what's happening? What's happening is Prof School. We're running the max, this max percent GT code. Prof unfortunately took a death to Fantoon, or sorry, death to bowling the first time around, and then second time around got GT code. But once you GT code, you get both plasma and spazer, and if you fire, you freeze the game, which is exactly what he did. No saves either time. His only save is
Coming off the ship.
Criteria surface. So it's been a full reset twice for Prof.
Both at about 22 minutes.
Yes, it is very much a feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 minutes for the bowling death, and then got back the second time around, got to bowling in 19 minutes. So shaved an entire minute off of his run the second time around, but then got down, did the GT code, and then unfortunately had that, took a shot with both beams on. Like, I feel like it's a mistake you're going to make once when you run this, and then you hopefully never make again. Well, and we'll have a game 3 very likely, and I think sitting out and not playing right now would be a big disservice to his game and setting up for next game, where instead right now he's getting just more actual race time movement practice, which race time puts on extra pressure that you don't get in practice. So I think it's very good to keep his mind engaged, keep his hands moving, and keep thinking about how he's going to come back and win this.
Like, even if he feels like he's lost right now, it's good to keep his hands moving, just to keep himself prepared for the next round.
Yep, there goes Fantoon. Where Tilimorf did take a death Fantoon first time around, but did save in Red Tower, at the top of Red Tower. So had a much easier reset out of that situation. Where, speaking of, they're both going to be in a wreck ship together, but very different situations.
We're not even getting a high five with this.
No,
Tilimorf's moving. They might high five right at this door.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, very close.
All right, so Prof will be up here in the attic. He's gonna have to go run through that bowling again. Oh, didn't get that last jump there to clear that room out that easy, but does go back and grab that super, which resource management in low percent situations so important, because you can only take one of each minor item to go do the GT code glitch. All right.
Now, I wasn't watching the exact time that Prof had to reset last time, but I think he shaved off more time.
It's looking at it, it's about the same. Like, it's about it. It's like around that 19 minute.
Yeah,
maybe
around 19. I was gonna say 18:30, but yeah, it might be around 19.
Either way, that's
still very good.
Yeah, flying and putting in the work.
Yeah, he's still not letting up. Still just saying, I'm in it to win it.
Okay. So chat's saying the reset was around the 44-minute mark. So actually, yeah, close, like 18-ish. Yeah, 18, but like high 18s, 19s to get back to bowling. That's impressive.
Yeah. Even if it is around the same time that he did the second time, or even the first time, that's all impressive.
Yeah, but this is a man on a mission.
I was about to say the same thing. Tilimorf here, cleaning up wreck ship. I mean, that's most of what Tilimorph's doing at this point. It's just cleaning up items.
Well, yeah, all the bosses are down.
All the bosses are down. Just need to get to that 135.
Here comes sky missiles. This this requires a double bowling visit because we still have to go get speed lock missiles in the attic.
Both the reserve and the missiles.
Yeah, the Chozo statue and the speed locked. Oh, yeah, that's a reserve in the speed lock. Man, I'm used to randomizer or rando where it can be anything. It could even be a boat.
It could be Link. Could be a sword in some randos.
Yep, I'll be experiencing that soon. I'll be doing my first SMZ3 soon.
Oh, those are fun. I love those.
Oh, I've never played Z3.
No.
Oh, look at what Prof's doing now.
Gotta take that save. Just in case.
I wish I had the text from Zenny's chat that mentions saving over and over again. I've been trying to expand my world of randomizers and just get out of, because I'd only really played a lot of Final Fantasy VI and a little bit of oh, nice first green gate glitch. That was the run up shot by Prof. Wow.
Yeah. Love it.
I'd only been running Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, so I've been trying to expand my horizons. So I started doing there we go. We're gonna turn that spacer off this time. All right. I ran Final Fantasy 1 randomizer recently. That was a lot of fun.
That's a good game.
Yeah, the rando on that one's amazing. Yeah, FF6 rando he's one of my favorites. Actually, in my Discord, we run FF6 randos on a regular basis. We actually started doing Archipelago Final Fantasy VI runs together. That's been a lot of fun. And I have a 10-person Archipelago we're about to run, which includes me running some Super Metroid and, you know, in the SMZ3.
Cool. I recently did a Dark Souls 2 randomizer.
Ooh, nice.
And that is frustrating. It's like, hey, do you want your healing item? You're not gonna get that for 40 hours. It's like, oh, okay. Cool.
The other interesting one I recently did was a StarCraft randomizer on Archipelago.
Oh,
StarCraft
that's
2.
interesting. How does that
StarCraft
work?
2. So there's a ton of just different random units that you might show up with, and you get to do some of the missions with units you normally wouldn't have.
That's cool.
Plus a bunch of different upgrade options. And I didn't realize what I was doing when I set it up, that it was going to be I'm not going to say as bad as it was, but I accidentally set myself up with 87 missions to do in the randomizer.
One of the first SM randos I did not realize I had accidentally set it to full area as well as randomized escape.
Oh.
And getting to the end of Mother Brain and then going, oh man, I gotta figure out how to get back to criteria in a really quick amount of time. All right, Brain, I hope you're functioning.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that in some cases I need to learn things by doing and making mistakes. So doing that SCZ3 is going to be, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. But yeah, that crazy, the crazy thing about that, when I did the StarCraft rando is we had 21 people doing at least 4 games of randomizer. So every time I'd log in, I'd have like 20 some upgrades.
Oh.
So I'd start to get to do, but also I had a ton of people's items that I needed to clear through. So it was a lot of fun.
That does sound like a good time.
What I love about this, like this, these different categories that come for this, these are games that are, you know, like Final Fantasy 1 was for what came out in 87. So it's, you know, a very old game, but there's still new ways to play it with the randomizer, interesting things to do that you're not just running, you know, you're able to take these classic games and run them in a way that you're running with other people, you're doing more interesting things, and you have just this continued amazing experience in gaming.
That's my favorite part about the randomizers of Super Metroid and A Link to the Past, but also just like the game in general, is that there's so many ways to play it. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, if you look
you
at
can implement so many different strategies at all times. There's just so much you can do.
Yeah,
so, is Tilimorf going to get the second jump on this? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. No Mission Impossible 2.0 there. Or whatever, like 17,000 sequel run with Tom Cruise. Kind of like that joke in Back to the Future of Rocky 5,000.
Well, you know, you make one every year. Or I guess in that context, you make like 80 every year.
Yeah.
80 Rocky movies a year.
Let's go.
You know, if I cared about any one of them, I'd be into that.
For me, there's Rocky 1 and then there's Rocky 4, and then pretty much everything else is just whatever.
That's what I hear are the good ones, but I don't need to watch Sylvester Stallone punch a guy.
But yes, and someone mentioned in chat, the sequel I'm looking forward to the most will be Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money.
Oh yes, we're all waiting for that movie to come out.
I play Magic the Gathering, and our friend likes to make custom sets. Well, we made a Spaceball set. Nice Speedball by Tilimorf there to come into Pink Bryn. So we made a whole baseball set. So, you know, of course we got some of the iconic moments and cards. You know, we have Eagle 5, we have the the famous moment, who I did not realize the guy who said the line holding the pick, the we haven't found anything,
Yeah.
is actually
Oh yeah, yeah.
that he's Tuvok.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, you're kidding me.
It's very funny.
Guys,
It's very funny that they give him that line and that's basically it.
well, and legitimately, what is the most quoted thing on that entire movie? Like,
we ain't found blank.
Anything. Yeah, that might be the most quoted line out of that movie. Yeah, 'cause when we're combing the desert, don't you think we're taking this a little too literal?
Or like Spaceballs the
Flamethrower.
Yeah, Spaceballs the flamethrower, or Spaceballs the cup holder, whatever he's slinging.
I'm surrounded by race viewers. Yes. Yes, that's another great line from it. And of course, we had to make tokens of that character type. That's a movie that just, like, you never stop laughing. And I honestly think it was a better Star Wars sequel than the Disney Star Wars movies.
Oh, 100%.
So he doesn't know it yet, but one of the friend who developed the set and we built it with, I got him a script copy of Spaceballs that I'll be getting for Christmas next week.
Oh, nice.
I like it. Tilimorf's gone plaid. I agreed. Tilimorf is although movement-wise, Professor has basically went at a ludicrous speed.
Another iconic line. We've gone into plaid.
Yes, and of course, and raspberry. No one gives me the raspberry. And of course, there's the line about the transition of Mega Maid.
Well, welcome everyone. It's 1:30 a.m. on SpeedGaming, Twitch.tv, and we're discussing our favorite lines from the movie Spaceballs. While there's some people playing Super Metroid.
Well, the kids will love it. This is well, I mean, honestly, just what we know right now, because Prof is unfortunately,
Yeah, unfortunately,
40 plus minutes behind. Tilimorf is just kind of cleaning up. We know that there's going to be a game 3, so it's kind of like we're just kind of passing time. Also, the two of us have been doing this since
8 p.m.
Well, and you're talking 8 p.m. your time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm in Central Time, so
okay, so you're a little bit earlier. It's 1:30 for me now.
Yep, this is 5.5 together doing this. So
I gotta be awake for work in several hours, but
I start at 8 a.m. Central my time. It's okay.
Yeah, I will be fine.
Well, we're gonna have.
This is why I wouldn't have signed up for 2 races back to back if I wasn't prepared.
Oh yeah, same. Although I am definitely going to go get some more caffeine before the third one.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna go shove a whole pizza in me.
Well,
in 5 minutes.
when I'm looking at this, I like, and when will that third race be now? When will that third race be? Soon. Like, when will them be now? Like, just, yeah. That's where we are.
Is are we set up to do? Is it Did the runners say that we're going to do the third race right after this?
They are on schedule, all 3.
Okay.
Well, I know Prof is used to late nights, seeing as he was doing commentary on that insane SG Live event that basically he finished comms and then he got on a plane to fly home.
Oh, sleep on the plane.
And you have definitely, you've now created the pizza 100% category.
Right.
Which,
all right.
to shove a whole pizza in your face.
I'm gonna shove a whole pizza in my face.
Tilimorf is definitely like the strats at this point to just push through. This is, yeah.
Yeah, just beat the game. Don't need to.
I would agree that Samus is not a Jewish princess. Oh, so I made a token, or a food token for Magic, and I had AI help make me art. So it was Pizza the Hut in the style of South Park art, out in front of a Pizza Hut.
All right.
It was a perfect food token. Also, for a treasure token, it was the hair dryer.
Of course, yeah, that's a treasure.
And for the clue token, it was the fortune cookie.
Makes sense. Yep, this all checks out. All right. That should be Tilimorph's 135.
All right.
I wasn't literally keeping track of everything, but I'm assuming they picked up everything.
Well, and this was, I mean, this is like it. This is a really nice time for Tilimorph, considering that there's that resets. Like, this is like looking at this and thinking about it. Like, you're what, 9 minutes. Like, you're here in G4, 9 minutes off of what would be 100% hundo time.
Yeah.
When you basically had to rerun hundo after doing GT, like. As Chad points out, 135% in sub 135.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any, like, I can't find if that there's any.
Gonna take the save.
Oh yeah, I don't blame. I would definitely take the save here. Just because, like, you could soft lock.
Yeah, I feel like I would just take the second save.
No, you don't take the second save, because if you get to the end screen and you see 134%.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you can't get back.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, that's where you want to save, because you can potentially back out and go find out what you missed.
Yeah.
I remember learning that the hard way as a kid.
I will say, I don't remember them picking up the Batuni tank.
No, they did.
Okay, they did?
He did.
That was the only thing I was thinking of. It's the Batuni tank.
No, that's all good. That was there.
Then I think they got everything.
Well, and Chrono King, it could happen. Like, it's not an impossible thing that could happen.
Yeah.
That said, Prof has a lot of game left to run.
Yeah.
Because he still has to do he would still have to do Aldmurdy. Oh, baby grab. Yeah, I've seen some 99%. I'm sure there's been some, well, and someone in chat earlier said he's seen some practice seeds where he's seen 133, 134%. You know,
Yeah.
it's when you run hundo, especially when you're constantly practicing it, you have the route is so ingrained in your head that you know exactly where everything is. This is such an abnormal category to run, where it's not impossible for you to have forgotten like one random item. Like, I know we went to a lot of the obscure things, like we went to the copyright compliant rodent room, we got that one.
Back tool.
Yep. I mean, Shack Tool's one you're gonna
yeah.
No, actually no, we wouldn't have to do Shack Tool because we don't need to go pick up Spring Ball.
You don't have to go pick it up.
But there are definitely other items that you could potentially have skipped. So, and that we won't know until we get to the credit scene. Yes. I know there's no copyright compliance, chat. We can just call it the Steamboat Willie room. Yes. But the copyright compliant rodent room was a fun name for a while.
I like the Steamboat Willie room. I think it's fun.
It's perfect, especially since they just made that horror movie that Steamboat Willie's like a murderer that's killing people. You gotta love watching Prof damage down, and it's not changing the.
You mean Tilimorf?
Or sorry, Tilimorf. Yeah, damaging down, and actually you have to do
and not changing anything. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you have to do that because it will. There's a high possibility of a glitch without fixing your health.
Well, and I assume they're probably going to do stand-up. Well, yeah. No, they're too far. They're far enough ahead. They're probably not going to risk it.
Well, yeah, and this is one where you can, like, you could actually sit and chat, and it's okay.
Right, exactly. So Tilimorf probably knows how far they are ahead, so they're probably not worried about stand-up.
Well, I can say they haven't really had much to talk. Exact, Prof took a first time through, took a death at bowling with the save being back at Criteria Surface. Second time, got to GT code, but crossed streams and fired both beams at once. So black screen shut down and had to restart. So unfortunately, and that was 20 minutes, and then
19 second minutes time through, after that.
Second time through was at the 44-minute mark. So I mean, honestly, Prof's been killing it, with the speed he's running, considering the 2 deaths, but obviously an insurmountable lead when Tilimorf was able to get through everything. And Tilimorf took a death at Bantoon the first time through, but ProfSchool had no safety saves. So our first
shot, just a one shot.
Oh yeah, because we got enough. Yeah. That's the goal, is that it's down to a one shot. The first time
still
around,
still impressive that you know
that he got that clear.
That he got it down to just one.
I mean, that's you're hitting the max and you're getting there. First category was low ice percent. So and any percent and 100% were vetoed. All right, let's see what side we get the spark on. Once we get up there, we jump through the door. Yay!
I'm calling left. I love a left side spark.
low ice, in the low ice race, Prof had a commanding lead. Oh, left side spark.
Let's go.
There's your left side spark that Drewski asked for earlier in chat. All right.
He did that for me.
All right.
I can tell.
All right, go ahead and call us to that ship, Rich.
Well, everyone get your GGs in chat. We are gonna be finishing with Tilimorf with an official racetime.gg of 129.18. GG's to Tilimorf for taking game number 2.
Prof just getting that microwaving some shrimp because you know that's tasty.
Yeah. The game's not over. We still need to see Tilimorph's percentage.
Yep. And that's very likely why Prof has not hit that forfeit button.
I'm assuming that's exactly why. Nice spark out of there.
Microwaving a shrimp is a terrible thing to do. Might as well just go slice up a Goodyear. How do you like your shrimp? Michelin with a little bit of garlic butter.
Grilled. I like grilled. And covered in butter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And garlic. Butter and garlic. Just like a pile of it. Just like, you know what? Skip the shrimp. Just give me the butter and the garlic.
Just,
you know what?
wow.
Skip the garlic. Let's just go butter. Yeah, chili shrimp cocktail. Yeah, I'm reading that right now too. That sounds great.
Hammer's a person after my own heart with that shrimp jambalaya. Jambalaya in general. I'm gonna need the whole Bubba menu before I decide. There you go. All right, Tilimorph's getting close. We're gonna see that percentage soon, and once we see a 135, we know we're confirmed. Otherwise,
this race just got closer. Not very.
No. That's
All
it.
Right. GG.
All right, and we did get once that's confirmed, we did get a forfeit from ProfessorSchool. So that will be a wrap on race 2. We will have the third. And this one's going to roll random, so we have no idea what category we're going to get yet. I'm pulling for North Korea percent. Let's go.
I'm with you on that. I want North
I mean,
Korea.
we only have a Kim Jong Uno chance of getting it, but I want it. So,
Hey, it's it's 33.3 repeating. That's not impossible.
I think we established that our choices are we could get GT Classic,
Reverse
RBO,
boss order and North Korea.
or North Korea percent. Because we do have 100% in any band. All right, and we will be back in a few minutes.
We'll be back in a few, everyone. I don't think we can give an exact time, but just stick around on this channel, and we'll be back with Race 3 in the match versus between Tilimorf and ProfessorSchool in the Super Metroid multi-category tournament.